I'm going to go through a stretch sequence using a stretch strap that's going to address somebody who's really tight in their posterior. So their calf and ankle complex, their hamstrings, maybe even in the back of their hips and their IT band. A lot of things can cause somebody to get tight in these areas. Everything from the types of shoes we wear to standing on hard, flat surfaces for long periods of time, year after year, sedentary lifestyle, under-facilitated glutes, etc. So if you're somebody who's really tight in their hamstrings, really tight down their calves and IT bands, maybe even up into the back of the hips, this is going to be a really great tool for you to utilize to best address those areas, to start increasing your range of motion, to get tonus down, which of course is going to help you to reduce your risk of injury for ankle sprains, knee injuries, Achilles tendon, calf, hamstring, strains, tears, etc. So if you have a stretch strap, that's great. If you don't, any piece of rope that's long enough to go through these positions, or even a large bath towel will work. I encourage you to do these with no shoes on. So we're going to go through each position. When we do static stretches, you should hold each position for at least 30 seconds, if not closer to a minute. We're going to go through some cues with breathing. And remember, nothing past a 7 to 8 of discomfort as far as the strain when you find those sticking points. So I'm going to go through one side. You'll take your stretch strap or your bath towel. You're going to want to hook your strap or towel to your foot as high as you can without being on the toes. So right at the base of the toes. You're going to have your opposite leg down flat, relaxed, and heavy, along with your pelvis and low back. The leg that we're raising, we're going to make sure the knee stays perfectly straight. That's very important to utilize this tool the best way. So knee is fully extended straight the whole time. Toes are in line with the knee for now, not pronating out to the side. We're going to slowly work our leg up until we find that 7 to 8 of discomfort. I've maintained all the cues. My knee is straight, my toes are in line with my knee, my pelvis is square, I'm keeping my weight even, I'm not leaning into one hip more than the other. My opposite leg that's down on the floor is flat, heavy, and relaxed. I'm not bending my knee or pushing my hips up. And this is going to give you your true range of motion of your hamstrings. And this is our first position. So once we've gone through those checks, we've maintained those cues, we're going to hold this position for at least a minute, and we're going to continue to go through long, slow, deep belly breaths and trying to relax. And as that tension reduces, you continue to work your leg higher without sacrificing any of the cues until you've reached at least a minute of holding that strain. The second position, to start to address the calves, the Achilles tendon, posterior tibialis, some of the insertion areas of the hamstrings and IT band right behind and below the knee, is flexing the foot. So maintaining everything that we've already gone through, you're going to slowly pull your foot towards your kneecap. You're going to flex your foot, and you're going to think about spreading your toes. And then you're going to hold that position for 30 seconds to a minute. Once we've held that position and tonus starts to reduce, that discomfort starts to lessen, the third position is we're going to slowly turn the foot in towards the midline of the body, so away from the hip. So if you have your right leg up, you're going to turn your toes into the left. That is going to really focus more on some of those bigger problem areas, the lateral gastroc, the lower portion of the IT band, and the bicep femoris hamstring muscle. So you should feel really good stretch all the way from the back of your heel and ankle, all the way down the outer side of your thigh to about your mid-thigh. After we've held this third position for 30 seconds to a minute, fourth position, you're going to lean into your hip of whatever leg you have in the air. So I have my right leg in the air. You're going to lean into your right hip so that you feel the mat firmly behind your right hip bone. You're not going to lean so much that your left hip comes up or your hip on the opposite side, just enough that you feel that mat really firm. You're going to maintain that anchor point, and then you're going to start pulling on your foot, just 1 to 3 inches across the body, not so much that your hip rotates, so that you feel that stretch pick up and travel higher up the IT band, starting to get higher in the outer side of the thigh towards the back of the hip where the IT band inserts. After you've held this 4th position for 30 seconds to a minute, we're continuing belly breaths the whole time. We're not sacrificing cues as we do so. You'll take the strap in your opposite hand. So if you have your right leg up like I do, you'll take the strap in your left hand. You're going to anchor your opposite arm out to your side, and you're going to lean into your right shoulder and arm. Then you're going to go ahead and slowly let the hip rotate off the mat, and you're going to guide your leg across the body slowly, keeping the knee perfectly straight to bring that stretch higher up the IT bands, all the way towards the back of the hip, without letting your opposite arm or shoulder come off the mat. This is our anchor point. And you'll hold that position for at least 30 seconds, if not a minute. And obviously, you'll want to repeat that on both sides, and there's no limitations to stretching. You can stretch every day, twice a day, until you start increasing your range of motion, you start getting that leg up higher. You can tell that tension and your restrictions are getting less and less.